So this week we're going to take a look at how to pick the right A-levels for you. Now A-levels, or what you go on to study after you're 16, are a really important part of your journey in education, and making sure you pick the right A-levels can go on to lead to some really exciting opportunities later down the line, both for possible university study and for working employment more generally. So getting the subjects that you want to study right is going to be really important. This video isn't about whether or not to pick A-levels in the first place. So you've got a few different options. A lot of students might go on to study BTECs, college and things like that. I've already done a video on A-level versus BTEC, which I'll put down in the description if you want to find out a little bit about that. So this video is just going to focus on how to make the right decision for you when it comes to picking the subjects. And one of the things that I'm going to introduce you to is a really useful website a little later on that can help you make an informed decision about the pathway that you want to take. So why is it that picking the right A-level subjects is really important? Well, the subjects that you take at A-level can open up a lot of opportunities to you for going on to study at university, or maybe going on to a higher apprenticeship or a degree apprenticeship. But they can also close a lot as well if you don't get your selection right. I'll give you an example. So if you wanted to apply to do engineering at university, you were thinking you might like to do something like aeronautics or astronautics, then most higher tariff universities, most of the universities that are perhaps higher up in the league table, would ask for you to have at least maths and physics at A level. Without that, you wouldn't be able to get a place on the course. If you wanted to be a doctor and study medicine, then there's a very strong chance that you're going to need biology and chemistry at A level in order to make a successful application when it comes to year 12 and year 13. So picking the right A levels for you and the career or the area of study that you might want to go into at university is really important. But it can be mind-blowing, right? There's loads and loads of different options that you can pick from. There's loads of different A-levels out there. How do you know which combination is going to best suit what you want to learn? Going to keep those opportunities and all of those doors wide open? And which ones are going to be the ones perhaps that might be a selection that wouldn't necessarily let you get to where you want to a little bit further down the line? Well, one really useful tool in selecting A-levels that can start to answer some of those questions is the Informed Choices website. This is put together by an organisation called the Russell Group of Universities, and essentially the Russell Group of Universities are a collection of higher education institutions that do an awful lot of world-leading research. Typically their entry requirements tend to be pretty high, so you're looking A's and B's, and they will be universities as well that will ask for specific A-levels for some of their courses. So what they've done as a group is put together a website to help you make the right decision when it comes to picking your A-levels. So let's take a look. So this is the Informed Choices website from the Russell Group of Universities. The web link, if you want to have a look yourself, is www.informedchoices.ac.uk, but what I'll do is pop that in the description below just so you can find it dead easy and copy and paste it. Now, something that's pretty nifty about this website straight away is that you've got two different choices to select. You've got one if you don't know the degree that you would like to study, and you've got one if you know what you might like to go on to do at university. So say if you've already got an idea that you want to become, like I mentioned before, a medic or an engineer, then what you could do is click I know what degree I want to study. You could pop down to the different subject areas. So let's have a look at aeronautical engineering, and there it will tell you the subjects that are usually essential and the subjects that might also be useful if that was something that you wanted to do. And they've got a load of different degree disciplines on here. So if you're thinking about a particular subject that you'd like to study in higher education, you could just go straight here and have a click on these different subjects and see which A-levels are the ones that you're going to want and need. However, if you don't have much of an idea of what you'd like to do at university, then they've got this option, which is I don't know what degree I'd like to study. And if you have a click of this, what you can do is choose the subjects that you're interested in studying, perhaps at A-level. So let's say, for argument's sake, I was interested in studying business, English literature, and French. Let's go with French. Where's French? French is here. Cool, the pink one. Right, so they're my three A levels that I'm picking. And then you just press next. And what the fancy website will do is give you, based on the subjects that you've chosen, the degrees that might be open for you to study at university. So that can be a really, really cool tool if you've got an idea of subjects that you already like, of perhaps pointing you in the direction of some relevant degrees that you might want to go on to study. So if you look here, you've got teacher training, you've got marketing, drama, Chinese languages. I think you might also need to start learning Chinese perhaps for that, but it's an option that's available to you. So really, really useful. This website is one of those things where the more time you spend on it, typing in different combinations, exploring your options, reading the different information available, the more you're going to get out of it. So, what I would suggest doing is hop online, type in informedchoices.ac.uk, perhaps pop in the A levels that you're interested in studying at the moment, see where they could lead, or if you've got an idea of a degree that you already want to study in mind, then click on that option and check out the types of A levels that you'd need to be doing after your GCSEs to make sure that you're going to be in the best position you can be to take a place on the course when it comes to year 12, 13. So in a nutshell, that's the Informed Choices website. A really, really useful tool to help you get to grips with the A-level choices that are going to lead on to the degrees and possibly the careers that you might want to do in the future. Picking the right A-levels is really, really important to make sure that you've got the option to go on to whatever you want to study afterwards. However, no one's expecting you to have your entire career decided at the age of 15, 16. I know I certainly didn't, and to be honest with you, I'm still not sure what I want to do when I'm grown up now. So the idea that you're going to, at this age, it just doesn't make sense. What does that mean? Well, it means don't put any pressure on yourself at all. Okay, making these A-level choices is just making sure you've got options open to you. You're not expected to know the exact course that you want to study at university, or the exact university that you want to go to, or the career that you're spending the rest of your life doing at the moment. But what you can ensure is that you've made a selection that's going to leave the opportunity to go on to these different things open for you. And that's the important thing. So use the Informed Choices website, speak to your parents, speak to your teachers, and make sure that you're selecting A levels that really align to your interests. Apart from that, concentrate on them GCSEs, get some amazing grades, get accepted to sixth form, and then worry about the rest later. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. As always, feel free to like and subscribe, and that's it from me.